Welcome. Today, we're going to talk about something super important, mastering your money. We're going to break down some really solid advice, tailored for us here in modern India, to help you build some real, long-lasting financial security.
So let's just dive right in with a question, and I want you to really think about this. Is your money actively working for you, or do you feel like you're just constantly working for your money? It's a fundamental difference.
Here's the huge mindset shift that makes all the difference. Most of us, we're kind of taught to see money as a toy. You get it, you spend it, it's fun. But the wealthy, they see it completely differently. For them, it's a tool, an instrument used to build even more. So yeah, that's where we're going to start.
Section 1. Money is not a tool, it's a tool.
I absolutely love this quote. Think about it. The money you first invest, that's your son, the principal amount. But the real magic, the thing you should get excited about is the grandson. That's the interest, the returns it generates all by itself. That's what's going to build your future. Okay, so once we've got that mindset locked in, it's time to tackle two of the biggest financial hurdles out there today, EMIs and, of course, credit cards. Listen, if you remember one thing from this section, make it this golden rule. If you don't have the cash in your bank account right now to buy something outright, you can't actually afford it on EMI. This one simple principle is the firewall between using credit as a smart tool and falling into a really dangerous debt trap.
So there are two ways this can go. The smart way? You use an EMI for something you can already afford, which frees up your cash to stay invested and working for you. The trap, on the other hand, is using EMIs to buy things you can't actually afford, funding a lifestyle that's just a fast track to debt.
And while we're on the topic of traps, let's talk about the minimum due payment on your credit card statement. You have got to understand what this is. It's basically a feature designed by the bank to keep you in debt. It barely touches the actual amount you owe, so you just end up paying them interest forever. Seriously, avoid it at all costs. All right, now for the exciting part, the engine room of our whole financial journey, the actual rules for building wealth. Before you put a single rupee into the market, you have to understand this. Investing is a constant tug of war between knowledge and emotion. When your knowledge is high, emotions like fear and greed have very little power over you. But when knowledge is low, oh boy, those emotions can wreak havoc on your decisions. So how do we build wealth in a smart, disciplined way? Well, one of the simplest and most powerful tools ever invented is the SIP, or Systematic Investment Plan. It's just an automated way to invest a fixed amount of money every month into mutual funds. It takes the guesswork and emotion out of the equation and just lets discipline do the work.
But, of course, not all SIPs are created equal. You've got choices. Small-cap funds invest in smaller, fast-growing companies. That means high growth potential, but it also means higher risk. These are great if you're young and have a long time to ride out the market's ups and downs. On the flip side, large-cap funds invest in big, stable, blue-chip companies. They offer steadier, more predictable growth, which is often a better fit for people getting closer to retirement.
And the results of being consistent? They could be pretty staggering. With a long-term, disciplined SIP, building a corpus of 1 crore is a surprisingly realistic goal for many people. It seems like a massive number, I know, but it's just what happens when you let time and consistency do their thing.
But what if we could pour a little fuel on that fire? What if we used a strategy called a step-up SIP? It's so simple. Every year, you just increase your monthly investment by a small amount, maybe 10%, kind of like a small raise. What kind of a difference do you think that little tweak could make? It's absolutely incredible. The power of compounding is a real force of nature. That tiny, disciplined 10% annual increase doesn't just add a little bit more. It can literally triple your final outcome. It turns that 1 crore into 3 crores. That's the power of small, consistent steps stacking up over time. Okay, so building wealth is amazing, but it's only half the story. We also have to talk about protecting it. Because without a good defense, one single unexpected life event can wipe out years of your hard work. Think about it. We do this in other parts of our life all the time. You get a new phone, you immediately put a cover on it. You ride a bike, you wear a helmet. So what's the helmet for your financial journey? How do you protect this incredible asset that you're working so hard to build? Well, you really only need 2 essential financial helmets. First, term insurance. This is crucial. It protects your family and provides for them if you're no longer there to do it. And second, health insurance. This protects your hard-earned savings from getting completely wiped out by huge, unexpected medical bills.
All right, for our last section, let's bring it all together and get super practical with some advice that's tailored specifically to your stage in life right now. So find yourself on this chart. If you're under 25, honestly, the best investment you can make is in yourself. Learn high-income skills, coding, digital marketing, whatever, to boost your earning power. If you're in your late 20s to early 40s, this is your prime wealth-building phase. Be aggressive with things like small-cap SIPs. And then, once you hit 45 and over, the game shifts a little. It becomes more about protecting what you've built, so you might lean more towards safer options like large-cap funds.
So, I'll just leave you with this one last thought to chew on. In today's world of UPI and one-click checkouts, where you can spend money in an instant, is the stock market really the biggest threat to your wealth? Or is it maybe just how easy it's become to spend your own money?